it's me again. I thought I would take a little break and do a picture book today. And I'm going to do this one. Be Nice to Spiders. Have you guys read this one? I love this one. This is a book I remember from my childhood, and I think I actually got it from Mom's house. But this is a really fun book, and look at how cool the pictures are. All right. It's called Be Nice to Spiders. I'm just trying this out. I don't actually know how to read picture books like this, so we're going to do it together. You can be patient with me. Be nice to spiders. There's a little guy with the box and a cat. One morning, as the keeper of the zoo was about to unlock the gate, he noticed something on the steps. It was a matchbox with a note that read, "Please look after Helen. I have had her since she was a baby, but I can't keep her anymore. We have to move to an apartment that won't take pets. Thanks, Billy." There's the zookeeper finding the box. It says Zoological Gardens. The keeper opened the matchbox and out jumped Helen. "Great Scott," he said, "a spider." He tried to catch her, but Helen was too fast for him. She had 8 legs and moved like lightning. That is a big old spider. Look at how big it is compared to that man. I would be running. Helen ran up the big maple tree, and she quickly spun a long silk thread and lowered herself into the ventilator of a big building. It's called a ventilator, but it looks like a chimney. It was the lion house. There was a big old lion in one cage and a mother lion and her cubs in another. And there was also lots of flies, and they were buzzing around the lion's ears and crawling on their noses. That lion looks miserable. The lions were annoyed, but Helen was delighted. She loved to eat flies. Right away, she set to work to catch them. She began spinning a web with her silk thread. There's the mama and all the cubs, and they're miserable. There's their dinner. There she is, right up there. Oh, there's his dinner, too. First, Helen spun the outside threads, and then she dropped straight down. Next, she spun lots of threads at the center to the outside. Then she spun a little spiral in the middle, and finally she spun a big spiral. This part of the web was very sticky. First she made that shape, and she did all of those, and she did this, and then she did that. When Helen was finished, she sat in the center and waited. One by one, the flies got caught in the sticky part of the web, and one by one, Helen ate them. That is a lot of flies for her to eat. Look at that. A week went by, and Helen kept catching and eating flies until there were no more flies in the lion house. She had caught and eaten them all. Look at how happy he looks. Now the big old lion snoozed peacefully all day long, and the mother lion licked her cubs and purred, and Helen was fat and satisfied. Cute. Next, Helen moved to the elephant house. There were lots of flies there too, and the elephants don't like flies any better than lions do. You can tell how mad he is. Look at all those wrinkles on the elephant's forehead. In a week, Helen had caught all the flies in the elephant house. The mother elephant and her baby were happy and could once again enjoy a bath. They're giving themselves a bath with their trunks. You think elephants really do that? Then Helen moved to the zebra house. Flies were crawling all over the zebras and driving them wild. Look at this one. He's trying to scratch his own nose with his foot. This guy's just kicking his legs up because he's mad. As soon as Helen had caught all the flies there, the zebras were able to eat their hay in peace. Look at that. There's a big old difference between those two, huh? Helen went from one building to another, spinning webs and eating up all the flies. The zoo became a peaceful place. All the animals were happy and contented, and as for Helen, she was happy and contented too. It was a spider's paradise. There's the happy zebras. There's those elephants. And you can see her, she's right there. She's a little spider web. I like this drawing a lot. You can see the whole thing. You can see the kids coming in. Over here, look at those balloons. One morning, the keeper blew his whistle 3 times, and all the men came running, and the animals looked up to see what was going on. "Boys," said the keeper, "the mayor is coming to inspect the zoo this afternoon at 4. The animals look fine, but the cages need cleaning up. And don't forget to get rid of all those spider webs." There he is. You can see the spider webs on the cages. "But Chief," said his assistant, scratching his head, "I thought spiders were supposed to be sort of useful." "Joe," said the keeper, "those webs are going to make this place look a mess. Okay, boys, get busy." The men started sweeping the cages. They hosed and scrubbed them down. So there are all of the workers, and he's confused. And then, again, you can see another spider web right here. Look at this monkey standing on a chair. When they were cleaning the camel house, one of them saw Helen. "Quick, give me the broom," he shouted, and he took a big swing at her, but Helen had disappeared. Swung at Helen. That's a camel's cage. But he looks grumpy. You can see the spider web up there. The whole zoo was clean and shining when the mayor arrived. "Excellent," he said. "I'm delighted. I've never seen a place so neat and the animals looking so well." Meanwhile, Helen was still in the camel house, hiding in a crack in the ceiling. As the days went by, she grew very hungry, but she didn't dare come out. The flies began coming back, and the camels were irritable again. At last, Helen became so hungry she couldn't stand it any longer, and that night, when no one was around, she started spinning another web. Here she is in the dark of night. From then on, Helen stayed in the camel house catching flies. She didn't dare to go anywhere else, which was lucky for the camels. They were happy and contented again. Look at this baby camel's sprouty hair. I love it so much. But everywhere else in the zoo was a different story. It didn't take long for the flies to come back and bother all of the other animals. The keeper went from cage to cage. "I can't understand it, Joe," he said. "When the mayor was here, the animals were in such good shape. Now look at them." "You're right, Chief," said Joe. "They sure look miserable." You can see all of them, and even the keeper and the people and Joe have the bugs around them. Oh, it's just everywhere. People are over here trying to have picnics. They have flies. These people have to leave because of the flies. Their last stop was the camel house. "Why, the camels seem fine," said the keeper. There don't seem to be any flies in here," said Joe, and they both looked around carefully. Those are some happy camels. Look, Chief, Joe shouted. Now I know what's going on. See that spider up there? It's eating all the flies. That's why the camels look so good. Spiders are useful. That's what I tried to tell you the other day. Of course, Joe, cried the keeper. I should have known it all along. Let's call the men. There it is. There's Helen up there. He blew his whistle and the men came running. Boys, he said, Joe has made a great discovery. Spiders are good for the zoo. They keep the flies from bothering the animals. They help us do our job. So from now on, there's a new rule. Be nice to spiders. Soon the zoo became famous for its healthy, happy animals, and Helen was treated like a queen. They're all running in there to look at Helen and her spider web. One day, Helen's picture appeared in the front page of the paper. The headline read, Local Zoo named Best of the Year. 3 cheers for spiders, says Keeper. That evening, the father of the little boy who had left Helen at the zoo said, Billy, look at this. Hey, that's my spider, Billy shouted. It's Helen. Well, well, said his father. Instead of the zoo taking care of Helen, Helen seems to be taking care of the zoo. There it is. Look how happy they are. The next morning, Billy ran to the zoo. I'm Billy, he said to the keeper. I'm the one who brought you that spider. Hey, look, she's made an egg sac. I bet there'll be plenty of baby spiders soon. Look at all those people. There's Helen. And this blob here must be the egg sac. It's kind of a gross word, but I don't actually know. Again, look at how happy these camels are. It's so cute. And Billy was right. A few days later, out of the egg sac came lots of little spiders. And from then on, Helen and her children and all the animals in the zoo lived happily ever after. There she is with all her baby spiders and her little face. That's so happy. That's nice. The end. There it is. That's our first picture book. Be nice to spiders. I really like this one. I really like the illustrations in it, but mostly I just love you. And thank you for watching my story. And I miss you very much and I love you.